Southwest Patrol Division officers were in the area of Hoover Street and West Vernon Avenue when they saw a reckless driver of a red Kia Sorento run through a red phase tri-light at a high rate of speed, while failing to yield to an ambulance who was traveling nearby with its emergency lights and siren activated. Believing the driver could possibly be driving while under the influence, the officers pulled in behind the Kia with their police vehicle's emergency lights and siren activated and attempted to conduct a traffic stop on the driver. The driver refused to stop and quickly accelerated away at a high rate of speed northbound on Hoover Street. The officers requested the assistance of additional patrol units, an air unit, and a supervisor, and initiated a vehicle pursuit.
You what?
Yeah.
Where?
All units 3A1 is in pursuit of a possible DUI driver, northbound Cooper, red SUV.
The driver refused to stop and continued accelerating at a high rate of speed northbound, eventually making his way around the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum property. The driver continued driving erratically southbound onto Bill Robertson Lane and then westbound onto Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard while accelerating at a high rate of speed.
Southbound Bill Robertson Drive, approaching King. Approaching Penn.
Shortly thereafter, the air unit took over the pursuit in tracking mode.
We'll get the ETA for the airship.
Secondary.
Make sure we're going to be secondary.
Hello, approaching MLK. Available for tracking. Westbound MLK approaching Vermont. Air unit is available for tracking. Continue to clear the response, give some distance, and control continue to westbound. MLK approaching Normandy. Air unit is tracking, continuing westbound MLK approaching Normandy. To Normandy.
You're responding them up.
The driver refused to stop, continued driving at a high rate of speed south on Brighton Avenue, westbound onto Vernon Avenue, southbound onto Halldale Avenue, then westbound onto 53rd Street.
Additional southbound Brighton from MLK. Here, southbound Brighton from MLK. 370 Roger. Air unit over, identify only. 0.2 place. And continue southbound Brighton. Step out for T intersection. Westbound, we're averted from Brighton. Unit is westbound Vernon from Brighton. Southbound turn on Halldale from Vernon.
What are they doing?
Unit is southbound Halldale from Vernon. Unknown number of occupants. And continue southbound Halldale.
Adam 1, be advised, we're still primary.
Unit continuing southbound Halldale.
Clear.
248, 381 Roger. 251, continue southbound Halldale. Unit continuing southbound Halldale through 51st. Westbound flight 3 from Halldale. Unit is eastbound 53rd from Halldale.
Clear.
Baker, and continue west on 53. Unit is westbound 53, passing Baker.
31 to license plate.
Third, southbound turn on the western from 53.
The driver committed numerous traffic violations and continued driving erratically for several more miles south on Western Avenue, then westbound on Century Boulevard. After several more miles of tracking, the air unit was forced to discontinue tracking of the red Kia Sorento due to nearby commercial air traffic restrictions. As a result, responding patrol officers terminated the pursuit after losing sight of the red Kia Sorento.
Continuing to westbound Century, approaching Prairie. Continuing westbound Century, approaching Prairie. Clear Prairie, continuing westbound Century. Westbound Century to, continuing westbound Century to Prairie. Suspect is approaching LAX airspace. Through Braille, continuing westbound Century. Vehicle is westbound Century to La Brea. 14 is on the pursuit, identify only. 331. 331, Roger. Still Eaglewood, continue westbound Century. Vehicle is continuing westbound Century through Inglewood. Approaching the 405 freeway and continue westbound on Century. Vehicle is continuing westbound Century, approaching the 405 freeway.
70, if I have my package complete, all other units shut down.
Sure, 3070 authorizing a total of 4 units in the pursuit. All other units shut down your response. Unit is continuing westbound Century through the Phoenix. Continuing now westbound Century, approaching Aviation. All units on all frequency, stand by. 381 is in pursuit of a DUI driver. Westbound Century, approaching Aviation. Vehicle is a red SUV, unknown number of occupants. And control the suspects entering LAX.
Going to be unable to catch up. We're going to be terminating at Century and then like across. Going to be Century and across.
Moments after terminating the pursuit, the driver ran through a red-phased tri-light and collided with a Honda Civic traveling southbound on Sepulveda Boulevard. The force of the impact caused the Kia Sorento to collide with a traffic light pole at the intersection and the Honda to collide with a nearby K-rail safety barrier. Following the traffic crash, 2 of the 3 Kia Sorento occupants exited and attempted to flee on foot. Los Angeles World Airport Police responded shortly thereafter and were able to take both occupants into custody without further incident. The third occupant was trapped inside the Kia Sorento. Los Angeles Fire Department paramedics responded to the scene and pronounced this occupant deceased at scene. The 2 additional Kia occupants were transported to a local hospital and treated for their non-life-threatening injuries. One of the 2 surviving occupants of the Kia Sorento was treated and released. However, the second occupant was arrested for an outstanding warrant after being treated by medical staff at the hospital. Investigators have not yet determined who the driver of the Kia Sorento was at the time of the crash. DNA testing was completed on the vehicle, and upon return of the DNA results, a determination will be made on the actual driver of the vehicle. Los Angeles Fire Department paramedics transported the driver of the Honda Civic to a local hospital to be treated for the non-life-threatening injury he sustained as a result of the traffic crash. He was treated and released.